All right, we will get started. Thank you so much, media, for joining. Looks like we have a great turnout this morning, 25 plus reporters. The Sparks were very excited yesterday to announce the re-signing of Taya Cooper, who came in last season and was top 10 in points and assists among all rookies. Very excited for this day. And before we go to questions, I'll just turn it over to Taya for just a brief opening statement.
Hello, everyone. I just really wanted to thank the fans, the ownership, the front office, my coaches, and my teammates for believing in me last year during a tough time. I got the chance to work with a fellow point guard and Coach Fisher, great players like Candace, Chelsea, Nneka, Simone, and they really believed in me and made my experience in the bubble one to remember. And I'm going to give 110%. And my defense was a big factor this year. And I'm working to continue to work on my offense and just be a better person overall on and off the court. So it's going to be amazing to play for the city and the team. Hopefully we don't have a bubble. And I'm just glad to be on a team that has championship expectations. And I just can't wait. And thank you all for the media wanting to speak to me today.
Thank you, Taya. We'll go into questions now. For those who haven't been on one of our press conferences before, you can use the raised hand function. You can find that in the chat. So that's how I'm calling on people. We will start with Christina Williams with Girls Talk Sports.
Hey, Taya, good morning or good afternoon. No, good morning. You're on the West Coast. My question for you is, what was something that you learned during your rookie season? And was there like a vet on the team that kind of took you under their wing and like kind of taught you the ropes going into the professional basketball world?
I had to learn so much so quick, and I was on a team full of all vets. So from 1 through 12, I think they all took me under their wing. Individually, I had different experiences and moments with each player, and they taught me so much, whether it was on defense, offense. They taught me, tricks that they've learned over the years from playing, and just really getting to know everybody and knowing, their strengths and weaknesses, and being a point guard, that's beneficial. So really just helping me know that and learn so quickly.
We'll go to Kari Jones Jr. with the LA Sentinel.
What's happening, Taya? Congrats to your new signing. You have been emerged as the Sparks, the women's leader, as an influential voice. Can you just speak on how you're going to use your platform to make a difference in the community, especially with everything that's going on today in the world?
The world is so crazy now, and I was able to be on a team with Nneka, who was the president of our league, and she was awesome. And being in the bubble had me around a lot of people who supported her and had the ability to speak up and be the forefront of us standing together as a league. And to be able to watch that and see what they've done, I think it was very motivating and encouraging to do the same thing. And I have hopes for change in the future, and I plan on using my platform just like them.
We'll go to Miriam Swanson, LA Daily News.
Sorry about that. Unmute. Hey, Ted, congrats on coming back. It will be fun to watch you another season. Hey, so it's been a big, there's a lot going on in the world, as you mentioned, but it's been a big year for you, finding a home in the league and in the Jordan Brand thing, and you got married too, right? So I wanted to ask about just sort of all of this that you've been experiencing, and including getting married. What's that like?
What did you say first? I'm excited to be back. It was unbelievable that I got the chance in the first place, and I'm grateful. I'm motivated, and the Jordan Brand, that was that was such a surprise and an excitement. I mean, just to be on such a prestigious basketball player, to be working with a prestigious basketball player, for him to believe in me, just like it was for the Sparks to believe in me, is just amazing. And I'm so grateful, and I was so excited that I got the opportunity to do that. And I haven't had a wedding yet, so I'm not married. I am engaged.
Okay.
I was very, and yeah.
Well, congrats.
I couldn't hear you.
Hey, we'll go over to Pavi with H&B Media.
Hey, Taya. First off, congrats. And secondly, you've mentioned your experience in the bubble a couple times on this call. Are you grateful that you had your rookie year there? And if so, what things did you learn down in the bubble that you think you can maybe take with you for the rest of your career?
I think there's so much positives to think about being in a bubble. You know, I don't think anybody has had the experience to be so hands-on and have that much time with your teammates and your coaches in one season. I mean, we were like literally all together all the time. So I had access to Coach Fish, Coach T, Coach Carey, everybody. And I was living with NECA and Simone and Candace and everybody else who was on the team. And we all got to, get better, like training wise, waking up, practice, film, extra sessions, just hanging out. Like it was very close. And I think that was a huge blessing in the bubble. And I don't remember the last part that you said, but I think I'll learn a lot because I had to learn so quickly. So being able to adapt, and then I'm a visual learner, so I had to learn how to listen and just apply it to the court because we didn't have that many practices. So I think that those were skills that I needed to learn, and I learned them quick. So I think I should take that over to, the next season and seasons to come.
Go to Ari Chambers with Bleacher Report.
Hey sis, your lashes are flourishing. The hair is great. Joined a little late, so I don't know if that you've already answered this, but what are some of your personal goals? We saw you kill 2020. My girl is out here in the front face and everything, but what are some of your personal goals for better?
My personal goals. I really want my defense to speak volumes. So I would like to be on a defensive team or defensive player of the year. I want to evolve my offensive game all around. So my jump shot, my mid-range, everything really just being consistent and being efficient. That's what I want to work on. So.
And off the court too. Don't just give us basketball. We need everything.
Off the court, I don't even know. I haven't even thought about off the court goals yet because everything is still happening. So I'm kind of letting that settle in, and then I guess I'll figure that out, once I get to LA, and I'll finally be in LA. So I think that I'll come up with some goals and figure that out.
I'll go to Chris Haynes with Yahoo Sports.
Hey, Terry, I hope all is well.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask about, you came in as a rookie with the with a social profile and social media profile that a lot of proven NBA vets don't have. Just your following, and the way that you stepped in the bubble amidst everything that was going on in society. I wanted to know, was there a point where you realized, may have thought about like, wow, like I'm in an important time right now, and I have this big social media platform. Did at one point did you realize that like I have to be more, I don't know, if I'm asking being more cognitive of what I say, or just knowing that the power you have. Did you realize at a certain point, like just what is on you of having such a big platform and, playing for, one of the most high profile teams in the WNBA during this time?
You know, the bubble itself was a challenging time for a lot of people. So just being aware of that, and then outside of the bubble, it was so crazy and everything was happening at once. And nobody knew what was going to happen, could explain what was happening. So I think like the unknown and being in a bubble was kind of different for everybody. But the president, the WNBA, the organization, everybody kept us so together and on the same page, and we went through everything together. And I think that the way, the people who spoke out for us spoke out and made sure everybody was included. We did as much as we could in a bubble, and I knew that, we couldn't control everything, but we controlled what we could do, and we did it together. So me having a platform and the pressure of having a platform, no, I didn't feel that, because I knew we were making history and I knew that this was a big thing. So, I couldn't control the outside world and I couldn't control all that, but I knew what I could do to help and, donating and doing as much as I could hands-on in the bubble. And I try to stay positive during everything. So I think that's what my platform stands for. And I plan to speak out and be more involved in social problems out in the world and other things. So yeah, I plan on using my platform to do things like that also.
Brady Klopper with SB Nation.
Hey, Taya, you mentioned in your opening remarks about playing for a fellow point guard in Derek Fisher. I'm just wondering, what's your relationship been like with him, and what was it like? Obviously, you've talked to a lot of people, talked a lot about being in a bubble with your teammates. What's it like to be in a bubble with your coach, and did that help your relationship with him?
I had never met Derek Fisher before, and I grew up watching him play, and meeting him and interacting with him and having conversations and, training with him and him believing in me was an experience I'll never forget. And just who he is as a person and what he stands for and how thoughtful and selfless he is and caring about, women and being in a women's league and having to stand up for us and see what we go through on this side. I think that was amazing to see him have our backs and be there for us, whether it was personal things off the court and just understanding or just being a woman, period. He was very supportive. He was very hands-on. He wanted to know, he cared. I think that was just, it was amazing to have a coach like that. And I had never been coached by a man besides my dad. So that was interesting. He's like a great person, and I really admire that. And yeah, I had a great experience with Coach Fisher.
Rachel Galligan with Winsider.
Hey, Taya, congratulations.
Thank you.
Had mentioned that you were working offensively and defensively, some certain goals you wanted to take into this coming season. Can you talk us through a little bit your training regimen right now and everything you're doing to take yourself to that next level?
My training regimen, I wake up at 9:30. I'm like an hour away from where I lift weights. I lift weights for about 2 hours. I do conditioning for the first hour, and then I lift for the second hour. I go to the chiropractor. I do treatment. I get a massage, and then I go to the gym. and that's probably about 2 hours. Then I come back later at night after like a 4-hour break, maybe. I eat, sleep, do nothing, and then I go shoot.
A lot of questions here. We'll try to get to a few more. We'll go over to Raymond Lyons with Made for the W.
Hey Tay, how's it going?
Hello. Good, how are you?
Good. Just wanted to ask, when you just kind of look back on everything that's kind of transpired over the past year, with the way your college season ended, and then going to being drafted, then released, and then getting the opportunity with the Sparks, and now you're here, being re-signed. Like, just kind of talk about how you process all that and just kind of the roller coaster of emotion you had, just going through that process, and what helped you just kind of stick through it and remain positive and achieve your goals.
I think that, after the season ended in college so quickly, and then the draft, and then not knowing anything really, and then finding out things, and then getting a contract and stuff like that, it's something that you can't control. Like, nobody knows. Everybody's just going with the flow. So I don't really get too overwhelmed or get too low. So I kind of stay in the middle, and I can control what I can control, and that's myself. So I stayed in the gym. I do things that I can focus on, and that's myself, and the time that I have with my family, and all of that stuff was very special to me. So I just try to stay optimistic and positive about things. And yeah, that's the only choice that you really have. Like, you just gotta keep going. I mean, I could have easily, went the opposite direction and was negative, or, lost hope, but why do that? So I just kind of try to stay positive and keep my mind focused on things that, keep my spirits up, and just hope for the best.
Amanda Skurlock, LA Sentinel.
Hi, Tay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, what was probably, how did you find yourself adjusting to WNBA style gameplay? Like, what was your observations of the pro level gameplay, and then how did you find yourself adapting to it?
I think that with the extra time that I spent with Coach Fish and Coach T, and my teammates, they really made me aware of what to expect, and what about me that I could use as an advantage. So they taught me little things on defense, on offense, and our scouting report was very vivid and easy to follow. So they gave me a game plan, and I tried to follow it the best I could. And I really believed in myself, and I had everybody on the staff, from people texting me that wasn't able to make the bubble to people in the bubble believing in me. When you have that kind of confidence and you have that support behind you, like, you just feel like you could do anything. So I think that the support and, them believing in me really pushed me to feel like I could do anything I put my mind to. So that kind of helped in preparing me for the WNBA and adjusting as quick as I did.
A couple more. Terrell Thomas, These Urban Times.
Hey Tay, congratulations. Could you give us a little insight on what it was like growing up in your household? You mentioned a moment ago that you hadn't been coached by a man outside of your dad. For the people who do not know, your brother is also doing his thing at Auburn. You two are looked upon as two of the greatest high school players to come out of the Georgia area. Can you talk to us about what life was like in your household?
Oh man, it was different. I mean, my dad, he made sure we had a schedule, a plan, goals, that we pushed each other. So I think that my brothers, looked up to me at a very young age, and my schedule was crazy. So, you know, I knew that they was watching, and I love my brother so much. And I wanted to be, you know, a great role model for them. So whatever my dad told me to do, however he told me to do it, if he thought I wasn't going hard enough, I tried to push as hard as I could. And him supporting me and believing me and everything he's saying, you know, coming true, it was just like, there was no way I could choose to do anything other than what he said. And I think that my brother's seen everything come to fruition for me, and made sure to do the same thing. And he is now playing at Auburn. You know, he was cleared, and that was a very hard thing for him also, you know, not being able to play for no reason. And I was happy for him. He showed out in his debut, and as a family, we made sure to be there, and it was a very happy moment. So our household is very competitive. We're very motivated. My other brother, Omar, had an injury, and he's now coming back. He's playing. So, I mean, you know, I think that us just being as close as we are off the court or out of sports really makes our family special.
Go to Caroline Bullock with Focus Hoops.
Hi, Taya.
Hey.
So the upcoming season is probably going to be quite different to the experience in the wubble. What do you think is going to be the biggest adjustment with that, and how different is it going to be on court?
I love your accent. Where are you?
Thank you. I'm from Leeds in the UK. It's near Manchester.
What did you just ask me? I was listening. I liked your accent. I forgot what you asked me.
So the season's going to be quite different this year than it was in the bubble. What do you think is going to be the adjustment there, and how different is it going to be on court in that kind of environment?
I don't even know what we're expecting. Honestly, I don't know if we might end up doing a bubble like, or if we might do the bubble. But if we don't, I'm hoping that we get to play in the arenas, and we get to, you know, play in other people's arenas and travel and, you know, do the whole experience of the WNBA and have fans. You know, without fans, it kind of feels like you're just having a hard practice. But I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I hope it looks like something. I'm cool with either or, the bubble or whatever. I just want to play. Yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever they decide to
have. Dennis Friedman, News 4 Online.
Hi, Taya. Can you talk about how you're able to navigate what you do off the court, as well as trying to be a great basketball player?
I don't really, you know, I kind of just do what I'm supposed to do. I do what I have to do. If I gotta work out, and then I gotta work afterwards, and I gotta do, I mean, it don't matter. I'm doing whatever needs to be done, and I'm not worried about anything else. Like I said, I have support. I have family. I have everything. So whatever needs to be done, I'm doing. There's no questions or ifs about that. I don't really care about nothing else other than my family and the people that support me and my job. So.
Okay, last two questions. Sorry, it only has a first name here, but Sylvia.
Hi, Taya, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, good. Just wanted to ask you, who's if you could name your favorite teammate to practice with or to train with? Only if you could answer it. Don't worry about it. No pressure.
My favorite teammate to practice with? My favorite teammate to practice with? On the Sparks or like ever? On the Sparks or any team?
I'm sorry, yeah, on the Sparks, yes.
On the Sparks, my favorite teammate to practice with. I'm gonna leave that up. He didn't really get to practice like that. So therefore, I will have an answer for you, hopefully after this season.
All right, thank you. We'll go to our final question to Chris Camella with Nightfall Media.
Hey Taya, congrats on the new contract. I just wanted to ask you what it was like. You pointed this out a little bit earlier. I just want to know if you could elaborate on teaming up with Jordan Brand, and how does that help you on the court as well as any off-court endeavors as well?
You know, it's Michael Jordan. Like, people go crazy about these shoes. People go crazy about him. So to have him, you know, everything has to go through him. So to have him, you know, pick me as one of the athletes to be a part of such a prestigious brand, it's an amazing feeling. You know, it puts some energy in your back, you know, to push yourself, to go harder, to, you know, want to be like Mike. So I think that just that period, you know, motivates you. It makes you determined. It makes you want to be better on and off the court. And just to have him believe in me, the people a part of the organization and the program, and the brand believe in me, and that was just unbelievable to me. And then I was a part of the first Jordan Brand Classic for the women's side. So it's kind of crazy how everything just is coming like back, like to have experienced that and then meet him for the first time there. And that whole thing was crazy. And then Maya Moore's a part of it. So, you know, it's amazing.
Well, thank you so much, Taya, for spending a half hour with everyone here. Thank you to the media. We will send out a recording of today's audio. You know, the official free agent season starts February 1st, so we'll have a lot more news coming, and we look forward to working with everyone here moving forward.
Thank y'all so much.
All right, have a good day.
You too.